Beatrice Malika is the director of Glory Children's Center, whose inspiration to being was and still is to transform the lives of children.
I grew up in Western Kenya. I'm the last born in a family of 7, 6 girls, 1 boy. And I was raised by my father. When my mother gave birth to me, she went to school. And she's not now alive, she passed on. So literally my background was a child was raised by a father and sisters, and now my grandparents. Yeah, I missed on the mother figure a lot. So this one really got a toll on me, especially on Parents' Day. You know, and when mothers come, you know, mothers are not brief. They are extravagant. They will cook and do a lot of things. Fathers are to the point. Sweet banana and what soda and what, you know. So those are the moments that I truly felt that I did not get a chance to have a true mother figure in my life. Apart from now, my grandmother, who really tried, yeah, also rest in peace, because she really did a good job. The person I am today, I can truly say that, you know, the way God just creates people with a purpose. I think for me, God created such a purpose for me, because I remember I rescued a girl in school. And maybe today is when my sister, they punished me thinking I used my school fees. But this girl, the uncle who used to help her, died. She couldn't continue going to school. So I brought her to our house. She used to live with us, with my grandmother. My grandmother would always say, now who is this? Who you tell umetoa wapi? You know. Because I will bring children who I need, our jakula, and we'll share whatever little we had. So even this one, I shared with her my school fees. I know she will watch. She also runs now a very big organization than mine, a children's home and a school. So I think God just created me to be this way, because I will be walking on the street and I will be eating something and I will give a street child. And not that I have a lot. I will be in the village and I have 10 clothes, I'll give 6 and remain with 4. So I think this is something that, and my desire, even when I was growing up, was to have a place with 1,000 children as a rich woman, not this kind of faith thing. I had my own plans of building gorofas. I have story buildings where now I can rescue children, and my apartments are giving me money to run their lives, like pay their fees and pay their income, whatever they want with the money. But now this was not how God had designed it. He gave me the desire and became the one to direct it. So I can say I started this in 2012 as Bible clubs, just teaching children on Saturday about Jesus. I am born again and I love Jesus as my personal savior, and I love children. Children are my heartbeat. I love children deeply. So I started teaching children about Jesus. And how did I start in the slums? A bad situation happened in my life that drove me now to Y254. I used to live in Adams Arcade, so look at all those, the big difference. My husband is not Kenyan, so I'm married, I'm a mother of 2. And he got deported. When I was pregnant, his visa expired and they want to leave me before I give birth, saying he sees a lot of Kenyan children being stolen. That women give birth and they start crying, my child is missing. So he didn't want to miss on that. So he waited. Unfortunately, those were the time of Kajwang. Remember how Kajwang deported a lot of foreigners. So he was holding a position and he was deported. So that is how now I had to come from that high life. And my sister, who used to live in Y254, just delivered my second born. She was only 6 weeks. I have only 2 daughters. So I had to come and stay with my sister until I get the strength to do something else, and also as my husband settles in Germany, because she's from Germany. So that is how I ended up this size. But I always say, God works in mysterious. He had to do such a thing for me to start doing his purpose, because otherwise Adams and here in Gomongo, where would I have met with even these children? So when I used to live with my sister, every time I'll go to church, I'll meet children playing. And I'll ask them, because I'm a Sunday school teacher, mbona mwendi Sunday school? You people want to go to church? Mama jalala, mama melala, you know. So God put it in my heart to start teaching them about him. So I talked with a certain pastor and he gave me his church. So every Saturday I started in Githurai 44. And most of the children there were Zambians. So in 2013 Christmas, my husband was supposed to come back and his flight changed. He was given 5 years, so the 5 years were over now to come back to Kenya. So we're really excited waiting for him. Then my friend who lives here, where we are now, invited me for Christmas at his house. So we came with my daughters. When we were coming, children started, you know, just the way small children are, they started following us. My daughter is, she's a 0.5, so she's more of a white than me, than black. So the children started following her. Dolly, the doll that is walking. Dolly, Mona Dolly, and the hair was long and fairy, so they'll hold the hair. That is how we landed in our host house here. So these children, after we had eaten, my host told them, this is our Sunday school teacher in our church. Pray for her, so that she knows how children in Gomongo also know how to pray. When we came now, when I took time to pray and God spoke about me coming here and he'll be with me, I came now that other Saturday at 3. So when I came at 3, the children are already there. Remember, I don't know people here. I don't have any place to teach them. So we used to learn outside on the road. Wow. We used to learn outside on the road as people would pass. Wengine wanatumwagia maji, wengine. You know, I have photos of now that time. And we started looking for a church to do, because after 3 Saturdays, the first Saturday I only had 12 children. But after 3 Saturdays, because I used to have with some biscuits, and I saw the children were restless. They are crying, the small ones, they are yawning a lot. I said, did you eat at lunch? No. So now I decided, because I feed the ones in 44 lunch, I'll also be packing in polythene bags to bring to them. I have photos of them holding the food. After we learn, they eat. So they became many, I think also because of the food. So within a month, we already hit 100 children. And now these neighbors who are living, yes, and these neighbors who are living near to that mama's house, now they started pouring water too, so we don't sit there. So we started looking for a church, and here where we were in school, the owner of this school is the one who accepted us to have a church. It's called Pastor Mungai. He's a pastor at CFF Church, and we thank God for him. He's the one who gave us his church, and the numbers of grew the church, because the children came up to 400. What? So now we head again to start others learning outside the church, others in front, others in the middle, others this side. So in 2014, every time I would go to work, I used to work at Kenyatta University, I would meet the same children I teach on Saturday about Jesus. They don't go to school. Why are you not in school? Oh, my mom has not come back. Why did you come with your small brother and you're not supposed to be in here? You know, my mother slept out, Alienda Rodi. That is when I realized that there are prostitutes who go out to sell themselves, and they get customers that pay maybe for a whole weekend. And you know, when they are drunk, you will not remember children, you know. So what will this 8-year-old do? He will pick his 4-year-old brother and go to Thika Road Mall. So I used to find them there, because I used to live, when my husband stabilized, we had to come to Thika Road Mall. We used to have a house behind there. So that's where we used to live. So every time I'm going to work, the same boys and girls I teach, they are there begging. Nibaye mkate, nibaye chai. So I contracted a woman to bring the tea and the mandazis. We will sit. I have photos, we are sitting and just holding and talking. So I'll take more time with the bigger ones and then sit with it, because these bigger ones have come with their smaller brothers and sisters. So that is when I found out there's a boy who the grandmother, the mother died. She was a single mother. She left the boy with the grandmother. And the grandmother died, and the uncle sodomized him. He ran to town to be a street kid. And in town, other boys sodomized him and told him, have you seen how we have done to you? Do it to this dog. So, you know, when these boys are saying this, I'm looking at this 9-year-old. He's saying all these things that have happened to him. And I was like, so even if you go to school, where will he school from? So there are those that their parents are bedridden. There's others that we truly came here in this slum and we found the mother was bedridden and had even started rotting. So we are the ones actually who took her to hospital. Unfortunately, she passed on in 2017, but since 2014, we are taking care of her. So those were reasons that the children were giving that were valid. When I made up my others who had been chased from school, others, they go to government school, there's no food in government schools. So if there's no food in government schools, how are they going to learn on an empty stomach? So when I was still wondering, now what do I do? And God spoke to me about a school that can meet their needs. And that is how this school was born. Remember, Saturday is every child around here. And little girls will be pregnant, 13-year-olds. I'm the one who gives them pads when they say that pads are causing others to sleep with even do the guys. So I will bring pads, ask friends, and buy your pads. And now you are seeing them pregnant. And they tell you they don't eat at home. And you know, I used to judge those children until I stopped working. When God told me to stop working and come here full time. So when I came here full time was in 2016. And that is when I met with a lot of sad stories of children who are being molested at home, with neighbors, with their step-parents, and there was nobody to say anything. And others went to an extent of even giving birth, you know. And now I understood why we had a lot of teenage pregnancies. Yeah, so that's why I thought about, what about tomorrow? If this school is here to help children who are not able to defend themselves, get to school and do the basic things, then we need to look for a solution for such things on these children that we have brought to school. So that is now how 2017 Glory Christian Rescue Home was born. We started with 12 children, and now we are 700 children. Last year we were 700, now class 8 have gone, we are 659. So we normally take a roll call. If you look here, today these are the children who came in, 577. Yeah, in this small space, we are trusting God that we can build a story building and have big flats. And we did not end there. In 2020, you saw COVID-19. I went to see my father at home, and we had a funeral. There were a lot of young girls. I'm talking about 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds, pregnant or with a baby. 2021 there, 2021, 2020. That was like, hey, Daddy, what is going on at home? So I had gone for 2 weeks. I put it on myself to look for these community health workers to get me teenage mothers or those who are pregnant, and they were in primary school or high school, to come so that I can be able to find out what is going on. And that is how we got our center, Glory Christian Western Kenya Dream Again Center. So our Dream Again Center has now raised 43 girls. As I'm talking to you, 10 are in high school now. We have 4 who are going to the university. 2 are even here in the school, they are volunteering. They passed well. We are trusting God that they'll be able, God will open doors for them because they want to be nurses. One got a B+, a strong one. She missed only 2 marks to get an A-. And the other, they're twins, and the other one got a C+. They are trusting that they can be nurses. And also these children I picked on the streets, the ones who are in Form 3 and 4, they finished.
With a number of success stories, it is proof that the initiative is a worthwhile cause.
I have cases of children who are on the street. And imagine, those children were the ones who have led this school in KCPE since we sat for it. The children that I picked on the streets. I have this boy, he's in Chania High. He was a street boy. He did not have any hope. And when we picked him up, we were shocked. He was getting everything. It's just the environment and the chance to go to school that he did not have. And now I look at him now, and he's now in high school, he's in Form 3. He wants to be a doctor, and I know he's going to be one. And also one other blessed case is of this boy. He's now in the university also in Pwani. And he used to school in, I don't want to mention it, but he used to school in the government school here called Njadaini. And my daughter was very sick, so I had to get him out of the school she was learning to bring him to a school near our school. So I brought her there. And my daughter will tell me, she started working, performing well in mathematics. So I will ask, na kufunza math. She will tell me, Mommy, if you see the boy who teaches me math, I give him my lunch. He's always chased out, he has not paid this and that and that. Imagine. And he has still passed. And he has a tattered uniform. So I came to the school, I paid his dues, so they can stay in school every day. And imagine, he went to Giakanja Boys, and he passed well. And now he's in the university. Actually, he felt bad. He missed 1 mark to get an A- and do nursing. And he was sad, but I told him even computer science is okay. So those are some of the very encouraging cases. I've seen girls who are pregnant. And you know, when you're pregnant as a girl, according to the society, yours is gone. Prepare to get married. And they've gone back to school, picked up their pieces. They are performing well, getting A- and B+ in most of the subjects. There's a girl who is really making me so happy. I think I should share with you her report card. She's getting A in math, you know, and she's really giving me joy, seeing that these are people who have just given birth and married anyone. And there are people who are coming with a bang to change this country.
Nilikuwa nimetoka Ushago 2016, so ikawa sina pali pa kwenda shuleni. So kutafuta shule kapata hii, so nikaingia Glory Christian, lakini kulikuwa na changamoto tofauti kama school fees. Yani mzazi yako na school fees ya kutosha, so BEATRICE akajitolea na akaamua kunisomesha. Nikikompare naweza sema ni Mungu, sababu hiyo wakati singe manage. So saa hii nashukuru Mungu na pia namshukuru BEATRICE. Nashukuru pia kwa kila kitu. So kuna tofauti hiyo maisha na hii. Saa hii hata uniform ndiye amenibaia everything. BEATRICE namshukuru sana, sababu kama si yeye saa hii sijui kama ningekuwa nasoma, singekuwa nasoma. Saa hii ningekuwa hata natumia darati huko nje, lakini amenilea, amenifundisha. So namshukuru sana, na naomba Mungu ambariki.
First sikuwa najua cha BEATRICE. Nilikuwa naishi Dandora na brother wangu alikuwa anasomea huku. Sasa brother wangu akaona nikikaa Dandora ndaharibika kama wasichana wengine. Akakuja akaambia cha BEATRICE kunihusu. Sasa wakati aliambia cha BEATRICE kunihusu, cha BEATRICE akaambia brother wangu anilete huku. Mara ya kwanza nikakataa, nikasema huko kwa Dandora ni best. Ndo sister yangu akaona nikikaa huko nilikuwa nimeanza kuengage na wasichana wabaya. Nilikuwa nakaa kwa magenge za wasichana wavutaji bangi. Nilikuwa naona maisha tu ni simple. Si lazima masomo ndo perform, ndo uishi. Sasa ndo wakati nikakuja huku, cha BEATRICE akanikujia mpaka Dandora. Akanitoa kwa streets huko, akanileta huku. Nilikuwa nimesoma but sikuwa naona kama masomo ni kitu. Ndo akanileta huku, akani cancel, akaniambia vile masomo ni meaningful, vile masomo inaweza saidia mtu. Ndo nikaona acha nisome. Ningependa kumwambia asante cause alijua kuna mengi mbele yangu na mimi sikuwa najua hivyo. Nenda kumwambia thanks, Mungu ambariki maisha yake yote.
Beatrice says the community is supportive of her work.
They are receiving it well as long as you don't insist on the sexual abuse issue. As long as you don't go so much deep into this is wrong. They start looking for issues about you, nyuma, going to the chief and other and saying negative things that you might. So maybe the school should be closed and what have you. But about the help, they are really receiving well. Some of them are receiving well. Some of them, especially those who have schools, are not. They feel like this school is making their school sink. Because if someone had 700 children in there and here we don't pay school fees. The children who are able to pay something, they only pay 300 shillings per month. So in 3 months, they pay only 1,000. And even not all of them are able to pay. Shosho will come here with 50 shillings and say, this is what I've gotten. So will you chase a child to go home and go back to the street? So literally, at least the community, because when they were asked with the people who came to survey if we deserve the food, they truly said one word: our school has swept all the chokoras, and now the chokoras are kept intact in one place. So they still call our school up to now a school of chokoras, street kids. But it's okay. We tell our children, you are special. You are the best of the best in the eyes of God, and that is what is important.
I am the project lead, and currently we are all hands-on in anticipation for the Zuri Awards that will be held on the 7th of March this year. Zuri is a her story. It's an award ceremony that recognizes women in the grassroots that make an impact. So it's a process that begins all the way in November, where there's the call for nominations for the different women to submit their initiatives or what their organizations are doing to make an impact in society. And then after that, the judges are given a criteria in which they can evaluate the nominations or the submissions against, after which we give them a chance to do a digital storytelling. As you can see, for most of these women, because these are women who are making an impact in the grassroots, they have nothing like a professional bio or a company bio. So we give them the chance to come tell their story, and then we do for them a digital storytelling, after which we give them a chance now to exhibit to the public what initiative they're offering. So they come with their flyers, their banners, and then the culmination of it all is usually the award ceremony. So in this case, Beatrice received a Special Recognition Award in 2020 for what she is doing in this particular center. So it's not only a place where she is rescuing the children, she's also offering them a chance for education. The impact she is giving these children, she is giving them hope. We cannot quantify it enough. She's improving the quality of their lives. And if you assess, it's not only even in line of her as a woman, SDG number 5, being able to empower women. As we empower her, she's empowering the society in different ways. In one word, it is magnificent. Because going back to why Zuri started, the co-founders found that we are mainly recognizing the same people. Right now, if I say names of the prominent women you know in society, we'll be like, yes, because she does this. What about those who we don't know of the impact they're making? Like, for example, one of the stories that has really moved me of what she did is currently the people who are 3 siblings, who 2 of them are in high school, and how she's been able to impact their lives. Hope is a powerful thing. You give people hope, they take it, they run with it, because even when you bring it down home to our athletes, all they need to see is us cheering them on, and then they're able to push forward. So that's what she's doing for these children. She's giving them hope. She's telling them they matter, because when you rescue someone, what you're rescuing them from, it's because where they're from, they've been made to feel inferior, their rights have been infringed. So it is just magnificent how she's giving these children a platform to grow and know that there is more out there other than what you're experiencing.
Although challenges have been inevitable, none has served as obstacles to Beatrice's service to humanity.
Our biggest challenge, I've said, we pay rent. Here in school, we pay 35,000. In the rescue home, we pay 54,000 because we have two big houses, one for the boys and one for the girls, and they're in their own compound in a very nice, beautiful place. So we are also asking for Kenyans to tap into these blessings, not always just thinking of Wazungus coming to sponsor our own. So that is our major challenge, and salaries for teachers. When we go for professionals, of course, they have a cost. So sometimes if you don't pay them up to 10th, they quit. So we have a pay bill that we are telling people to only put one. You put 100 shillings and you tell your 100 friends to put only 100 shillings. And that one is enough to buy this place, buy the rescue home, and other places. Because like where we are here, the owner wants to sell to us this school. So if we bought the school and build a nice, remove these mabatis you have seen, at least build a nice story building, we'll put in more children. Yeah. So that is our biggest challenge. And you can also sponsor a child.
An empowered society is not biased. We should therefore work towards empowering the boy child as well, Beatrice says.
So maybe a piece of advice to the viewer is that let us not neglect the boy child. By then my rescue home has boys and girls. Let us not rescue the boy. Let us not ignore the boy child. Let us be careful with our children and have a burden for somebody else's child. If you are very privileged, have a heart. Reach even that one. We are looking forward to meet Manu Chandaria. We are looking forward to meet him. We are looking for ways so that we can also sell this to him. So our final remarks is children are our heritage. Let us value children. Let us not look down upon children. And all in all, join us. Join Glory Christian. Put these smiles on the faces of these little angels and let us see what they can do. We will be old one day. What do we want to see?
My word of encouragement to her would be, I wish her more of God's grace, because above all else, it needs grace and understanding to continuously be there and present, and also the intelligence to be able to handle and support the parents of the children. Because now this is where now Zuri Foundation comes in terms of the alumni. What else are we able to give them other than awards which give them a platform? So continuously being there, when she reaches out, there's something she'd like us to connect her with in terms of partnership. We are able to see in our networks, is this something we can be able to support you with, so that she can also be able to propel forward. Because as she mentioned, she has a notice outside the gate that now they are full to capacity. So it is being able to connect her now with partners, our network, who can be able to help her expand more, because the community still needs her to take in more children. So her having the bandwidth to now do so.